Even I can get tired every now and then. Finally, a place to just relax.
Hello Wanderers, and welcome back to Skyrim. Today we're taking a look at one of my favorite mods of all time, Inns and Taverns by Menathradiel. This mod adds 15 new locations scattered across the map. These inns and taverns are fun to discover and explore, and they make traveling Skyrim infinitely more practical, especially when playing in survival mode. The original mod description reads, "You know the story. You've been on the road since the sun was just starting to peer over the horizon. You're tired and thirsty, but the nearest town is still many hours' walk. If only there was a tavern next to the road where you could rest your weary feet and have a sip of mead. Now there is. Search no longer, weary traveler. This is the resting place you've been looking for. For now, you'll find many small inns and taverns outside of the towns and villages, perfectly placed for when you need to get off the beaten path for a well-deserved rest, or when the hour is late and you are in need of a bed for the night." Let's have a look at some of the establishments added by this mod, starting with the Menathradiel Inn. In the shadow of the Menathradiel Mountains, the Menathradiel Inn offers one of the most luxurious rooms in all of Skyrim. Outside, you will find Vekatil, who will sell you a horse between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. Ralina stays here from Monday to Thursday and will trade with you between 7 a.m. and 8 p.m. Be sure to pick up your free bottle of the famous Menathradiel spice wine, compliments of the innkeeper, Asa. All inns are fully functional with a rentable room, map marker, and non-respawning chests for player use. Unlike other innkeepers in Skyrim, the NPCs that come with this mod will wander the inn doing jobs and cooking food. They even sleep at night, making them much more realistic. Innkeepers will sleep between the hours of 11 p.m. and 6 a.m., either in their own bed or on a bedroll behind the counter. If you arrive at the inn during this time, simply wake them up to rent a room. Located on the mountain slopes east of Frostfurrow Lighthouse, the Icy Mammoth offers a warm respite from the cold and snow of northern Skyrim. The innkeeper Radolf will gladly rent you a bed and serve you food or drink. Traveling merchant Kiwi stays here from Friday to Monday and will trade with you between 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. One thing that I love about this mod is how it uses the more isolated environments of Skyrim to set a mood for these incredible, unique, and thematic buildings that actually speak to the lore of the world in a way that vanilla taverns seem to lack. The varying accommodations also give a feeling of immersion and realism, where you can be sleeping in a luxurious bed in one tavern and in a bedroll in the other. I also find the inn merchants really useful because sometimes you're out in the middle of nowhere with a ton of loot that you need to sell, and these little places are the perfect place to stop and do that. On the road between Fort Castav and Stillborn Cave, the Mead and Magic Inn is a welcome shelter from the frequent snowstorms. Nellen will sell you magical items between the hours of 10 a.m. and 8 p.m. Offering picturesque views over Lake Hornish, Heartwood Inn stands on the edge of the Heartwood Mill, a short distance from the city of Riften. This tiny inn on the road north of Fort Dunstud has luckily escaped the attentions of the bandits who ransacked the stumbling Sabercat. Inside, you'll find a warm fire, a warm bed, and a warm welcome from the innkeeper Caffley. Kiwi stays outside from Tuesday to Thursday and will trade with you between 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. Located on the crossroads between Whiterun, Rorikstead, Falkreath, and Markarth, the Thirsty Mammoth is an ideal stopping point when traveling in Skyrim. Along with the innkeeper Vedis, you will also find Muli, a farmer who will buy your leeks and gourds. Ringil, a traveling Khajiit merchant, can be found outside from Monday to Thursday. He will trade with you between the hours of 10 a.m. and 8 p.m. On the outskirts of Anga's Mill, the Wintersmith Inn gained its name from the snowy forge outside, where Taff will trade with you between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m., whatever the weather. This converted windmill stands high in the snowy pass between Helgen and Iverstead, offering a unique and cozy place for the weary traveler to rest. The old Windmill Inn is probably my favorite building added by this mod. This level of creative detail is exactly what makes this mod so special to me. And also, living in the Netherlands this year, I've definitely developed a soft spot for windmills, old and new. Another great thing I'd like to mention about this mod is how compatible and flexible it is with other mods. The fact that you can use this mod alongside with the Become a Bard mod is really amazing to me. And even though the names of the new inns won't necessarily show up in your Bard book, you can still benefit from performing and from having a free room afterwards, which I think is pretty amazing. The Lighthouse Tavern stands lonely on the northernmost shores of Skyrim, far from the reaches of most civilized travelers. Rent a warm and well-needed bed from Valdis, and chase away the chill as you listen to the resident bard, Aforder. Inside, you'll find Erlisand, who will trade items of all kinds between the hours of 10 a.m. and 8 p.m. Look out for the local hunter who lives a short distance to the east and who visits the inn every evening around 6 p.m. This is one of the many isolated locations in Skyrim that greatly benefits from a warm inn and trading spot, which is precisely why this mod will always hold a permanent spot in my load order. On the outskirts of Shor Stone, the Hunter's Rest Inn is an ideal stopping point as you travel between the Rift and Eastmarch. Outside, you can find Gerdas, who will buy your potatoes and cabbages. Inside, from Friday to Sunday, you'll find Ralina, who will trade with you between 7 a.m. and 8 p.m. Located opposite Stony Hills mining town, Stony Hills offers a perfect base for exploring the surrounding mountains and marshes. Shari will trade clothing and jewelry between the hours of 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. The Mixedwater Tavern sits on the edge of the Mixedwater Mill settlement, offering a cozy room for the passing traveler. Another benefit this mod offers is that of fleshing out some of these scattered settlements, making them feel a lot more like small villages and active communities. Located north of Solitude, the Ghostly View offers a stunning view of the Sea of Ghosts. Disa runs the inn while her sister Lena entertains guests with her hearty songs. Ringel stays here from Friday to Sunday, trading between 10 a.m. and 8 p.m. Be sure to look out for the inn's namesake on the northern horizon around midnight. The Tilted Riggin is a converted ship anchored on the northern coast of Skyrim, west of Dawnstar. You can rent a basic room from a Haiva and take advantage of the cozy atmosphere aboard ship. On the lower decks, you can sit by the fire and listen to the local bard Groga and trade with Rizola, a fence who will buy your stolen items at any time, day or night. Also in residence is the namesake of this book, Menathradiel. While a merchant, she keeps unusual hours and will trade apothecary items between the hours of 1 p.m. and 11 p.m. This tavern on the water is just another great example of the creative and clever additions this mod makes. And last but not least, situated on the hill above Carthwayston, the Pick and Shovel offers commanding views of the Druidak Mountains. Langlif, the resident alchemist, will trade with you between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Thanks for joining me on this adventure of exploring all the locations in the Inns and Taverns mod for Skyrim on the Xbox. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, like the video if you enjoyed it or found it helpful, and thank you for spending a little time with me in Skyrim. Until the next one, friends, stay safe and happy wanderings.
I don't know what you have been told. A friend is worth more than gold. I'd rather be poor with a friend at my side than be alone and oversupplied.
Shouldn't we keep moving? I really want to get back home.